Good morning. It is our first day in the Europa Park, so we're just getting ready now. It's a beautiful day outside. I'll just show you. Here we go. Look at that blue sky. Not a cloud in sight to save us from the scorching sun. Also, in very exciting news, we got our bags yesterday. They arrived last night at 11. Here is what I'm wearing today. Very practical and cool because it's going to be 30 degrees. And I have these kind of mom shorts. I call this look soccer mom on the go. Walking to Europa Park. We're on our way. Breakfast was so good. It was beyond my expectations. That pretzel bread was top. Like delicious fruit. Just like so much selection for such a small hotel. Really impressed. You can see the silver star and the flags. Good to know. Apparently now they check bags. I've been here like every year for the past 5 years and I've never had my bag checked, so apparently that's a new thing. And they're stopping everyone and checking bags, so apparently that's something new. I am now past security, and here's the main entrance of the park with the flags, and here's the entrance. Okay, the thing to know if you've never been to Europa Park is that those entrances that I just showed you, you actually don't have to wait there. If you bought your tickets online, you just walk right through, don't be afraid, and you get to this real entrance here. And then this is where they really check your tickets. So if you already have bought your tickets online, you don't need to wait in that line, which can get pretty long sometimes. Oh, look, there's Matt. He found the place to get our tickets. So as I was saying, we have special tickets that Matt just picked up because we have this Liseberg card. So Liseberg is the amusement park in Gothenburg, and if you buy their yearly pass, you get 1 free day to Europa Park, Portaventura, and a lot of other amusement parks. And what you do is that you go in through these those first gates, you come right to the information. The guy was really helpful, it worked, no problem. He checked our Liseberg cards and gave us our park tickets for Europa Park. So that's something good to know if you have a yearly pass at Liseberg. Okay, so we just left the main park entrance and now we are heading into just right to the left to the Voletarium, which is kind of like Soarin', so a giant 4D screen, and you kind of fly through these different landscapes. So the thing that's interesting is that there's always a super long line for Voletarium, but with your park tickets, you can get a fast pass to come back later. It's one of the only rides, I think, in Europa Park that has a fast pass. So what you do is you just turn the corner here, and there, time tickets they call them. And you just scan your park tickets and it'll give you time to come back. So we're coming back between 12:25 and 12:55. There, not a lot of people know about this. They wait for 3 hours in the line, whereas you can just come here and pick up a fast pass. So that's tip number 1. Okay, we ended up walking right into the Voletarium because right now it's a 10-minute wait. So we're gonna do it right now, our first ride of the day, and then we're gonna come back with our fast passes at lunchtime. But the decor here is just, it's so cool. 1800s explorer bringing back things from his travels. Oh, this is so cool. Look at this theming, it's amazing. We are heading heading up to Voletarium. I don't even think that was a 10-minute wait. It was so quick. That was so good.
So good.
Yeah, we just finished Voletarium. It was even better than we remembered. We were in like the top edge, so we saw a lot of the ceiling. So hopefully for our fast pass we'll be more in the middle and have a more immersive experience. We're in the EP Express right now, which is the kind of train that travels all around the park. So we're taking it from the front of the park and we're going to go all the way to the very back to try to get on Blue Fire, the super coaster. We just got down from the EP Express and we are now in Spain, and we're gonna walk over to Iceland to try to get on the Blue Fire. Change of plans. Here in Spain there is Atlantica, this big super splash, and there's only 1 minute wait, so we've decided that we're gonna do that first. To go on the Atlantica Super Splash, and we got super splashed. Matt is completely wet on the front. I am completely wet. I almost lost my hairband. Yeah, but that was super fun. Now we're heading to Iceland. Here is the Blue Fire Mega Coaster. Here is the entrance to Blue Fire, and you can see there's a seat. And this is a handy tip if you're someone that's a little bit heavier and I'm not sure if you're going to fit in the ride. You can try out the seat there, and if you're a little bit heavier, they'll give you a special little ticket and you get to sit in the back row, which is funner anyway. We were just on Blue Fire, the mega coaster behind us. It was so fun. The start of the ride is really quick. There. You can hear the people coming out of the starting gate. Here we're heading to this ride, fjord rafting, which is one of my favorites. It's just really fun, and especially on a hot day like this. Also, not so fun fact, almost all of the Scandinavian area and the Pirates of Batavia ride, which is kind of an imitation of Pirates of the Caribbean ride, burned down a couple of weeks ago, and so they replaced it temporarily with this panel, which, you know, it's not as charming, but it's a good replacement way they build everything up. Well, I had the great idea of going on fjord rafting, and it was 70,000 times more wet than Atlantica, so I'm sorry, Matt. I love this little Norwegian church. Here we are again in Scandinavia, and with their little decorations that they put to cover the place where everything burned down. It's quite sad, but I'm sure they're gonna rebuild everything really nicely. There's the monorail. We are now in the Netherlands with the spinning teacups, and you can see where it burned down. They knocked down, I guess, what was left of the buildings. I love their new mascot for Atlantica, which is their new water park. So cute. We are heading into the Globe Theater to see a show. We are going to get a drink here because this is the best place to get a drink. This is an amazing machine that allows you to do like hundreds of combos of drinks, so we're gonna get something here. This is the Coca-Cola Freestyle. In that way you can select any base drink and then any flavoring. I got a Sprite Zero Cherry. Really good. That's nice. Sorry, it's really loud in here. And we got some food food too. Matt got a Caesar wrap and I got a pretzel, of course, because I'm obsessed with pretzels and I'm in exactly the right country for that obsession. Here is a little update about the actual show. It was about half an hour long. It was a mix of like acrobatic acts, short like magic act, and like some dancing, and it was on the theme of like kind of by century. So it started in the 1700s, 1800s, 1900s. Of course, for someone who likes history like me, you know, the costumes were okay, so they were kind of loose interpretation. I really enjoyed the 1920s like flapper dance. That was really cool. So definitely, if it's a hot day and you're you know, not feeling any of the rides and stuff, and the park is busy, you could check it out. I found this super cute little place next to the Voletarium. This is the mascot of the park, Euro Mouse. We call him Jeff. He's even creepier at the time than he is now. Oh no. We just finished our second time on the Voletarium. It was so fun. Also, a fun thing about it is that there's like smells. They like have kind of mist that they put on you, and if you're like going over a glacier, it's like mint mist, and if you're going over a field of flowers, it's like a flowery smell. So it's like so nice and cool on a hot day. Though we've had a lot of luck with the weather today. It's not too hot. A little bit of a breeze. So having a great time. We're going to be heading now to the Silver Star, which is one of their big coasters with a big drop, which is one of my faves. So. I just got off Silver Star. That first initial drop is amazing. I love this spot. It's one of my favorite places. It's between Switzerland and France. Making our way to the Matterhorn Blitz. Well, Matt lost part of his leg in the Matterhorn Blitz because he's too tall and it was pressing up against his knee. We have decided that we're gonna get some lunch at this German specialty restaurant that's very cute. I just rode the Arthur and the Minimoys ride, which is based on a cartoon. It is really good ride. The line is usually pretty long because it's quite a new ride. I think it was made maybe 3 or 4 years ago. The normal line was about 20 minutes, but I went on the single rider, and so I just waited. There was like 4 people in front of me, so. We are now heading to Poseidon, which is this combo roller coaster boat ride. Poseidon roller coaster super splash thing, and got a little bit wet. What do you think about, do you like this one? I like it better than the Super Splash because it's longer. You have a first smaller drop and then you have a bigger one. It's really nice. We are resting it up in Greece a little bit. It's about 5:15 in the afternoon. Tonight the park closes at 6:30, so we still have a little bit of time. Today has been so incredible regarding the waiting times for everything. There's like nobody here. Even the most popular attractions have about 20-minute waits, and then there's like a bunch of stuff, 5 minutes, even 1 minute. Yeah, crazy. So just really awesome. Hi there, we are back at the hotel after a full fun day in Europa Park. The park closed around 6:30. It is now around 7:30. We ended up finishing off the day with 2 rides on Atlantica Super Splash. We rode it a first time and there was nobody waiting in the line, so someone asked if we could go again, and the guy said yes. Then we headed over to Iceland, which was right next to Portugal, and we rode the Blue Fire again. So that was our last ride of the day. Tonight, 2 friends are actually meeting us. It should be pretty interesting because we are actually switching hotels. We are heading over to the Castillo Alcazar, yes, which is an on-site hotel of Europa Park. It's really beautifully decorated and we're going to be staying there one night tomorrow night, so I'll be sure to be filming all of that. So if you come along for the ride, if you want to follow the rest of the adventures, see you tomorrow.